What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here today to another tier list video. We are wrapping these out, cranking these out. Shout out to MB for this one. It's every NBA team's big three for this season tier list. But yeah, once always, shout out to MB. Link to this tier list will be down below. We have every team's tier list, or every team's, big three down below, and we're going to be ranking them in these 5 categories he came up with. Can lead you to a championship, can lead you to a deep playoff run, lead you to playoffs, be a fringe team, and will miss the playoffs. So some of these were iffy, like we talked about something for the Pelicans, like is Lonzo Ball or like Steven Adams the third guy, and like it's different, but I think he did a great, or it's Eric Bledsoe or like Lonzo or Adams the third guy. Like some of these were iffy, so if you were like, all right, this guy shouldn't be the third guy, that's fine. It's kind of relatively close, but yeah, so he did great on the graphics once again. Shout out to MB, like this is fantastic. I will leave a link to this down below. And then he said note injured, out for the season players are not included, like Clay, Spencer Dinwiddie. So this is for this season, and yeah, where their current big three is at right now, like what I think will happen with this season. And if you guys enjoy these tier list videos, please drop a thumbs up, and then you can let me know in the comments if you disagree or agree with anything, and you can have a lively conversation down below. So we can get into this. Simmons, Embiid, and Harris. Tough one to start off. So it's in alphabetical order. Do I put him in this tier, or do I put him in this tier? I think they can lead you to a championship. I really do. I do. But they might end up getting dropped one at the end of this tier list after I kind of rank every other team. So they're going right there. Bucks, Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis lead you to a championship. The Bucks were my preseason NBA championship team. So, yeah, I'm hoping... see, it's weird because last year I picked Embiid to win MVP and the Sixers to go to the finals, and I was just a year early. Look at them this year. Maybe it was the whole Al Horford thing. Next up, we have Zach LaVine, Valerie Markkanen, and Wendell Carter Jr. Sorry if they're a little bit hard to see, but they will miss the playoffs. I do not think they will be in it. Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, and Darius Garland. It's a fun trio. It is. Shout out to Sexton this year, but I don't think they'll be making the playoffs. Tatum, Brown, and Kemba. I don't see them winning a championship. I really don't, but I think they'll lead you to a deep playoff run. I don't know. I might drop the Sixers, but right now I'm having the Sixers above the Celtics. Maybe I'll put these guys up here, but I don't want to have too many teams in this top tier, right? But I might mess with this. Lou Will, Kawhi, and Paul George. They'll lead you to the championship. They're very good, and I think they'll be right there in the Western Conference again. In the deep playoff run, yeah, but winning it all, I think they can definitely do. They maybe should have been there last year, but they were not able to beat the Nuggets. Shout out to Denver. So I was also thinking, do I put maybe Cleveland in fringe playoff team? I might. You know, we'll leave them there for now, but I might move them down based off their good start. So we got John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas. They are a fringe playoff team, I think, this year. With no John Morant, it definitely hurts. So I'm guessing this was made, or yeah, John Morant will be back. I think they're a fringe playoff team this year, definitely, 100%. So we got, and I think those 3 guys like can be a fringe playoff team as your top trio. Trae Young, John Collins, and Gallo. I think they're a fringe playoff team as well, those 3. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Bam, Dragic, and Butler, they're going to lead you to a deep playoff run. I know they made the NBA Finals last year, but I just think that trio, like this is just the trio itself. I think the ones above it are just a little bit more talented. But like if I'm going to compare the Sixers and Celtics trio, like if you're taking their best players, I'd rather have Embiid over Jason Tatum, just like better player overall. Maybe to build a team, I would probably start with Tatum, but right now as a better player, Embiid's over Tatum. Second best player, you got Simmons and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's been great this year, but I'd still probably roughly or just narrowly take Ben Simmons, and then I would take Kemba Walker over Tobias Harris, but 2 beats 1, obviously, so that's why I kind of went with them there, but I might drop them. We'll see. Charlotte, Rozier, LaMelo, and Hayward as this big 3. I think they could be a fringe playoff team. Yeah, I think Gordon Hayward has been fantastic, and I did expect this out of him from this season with his high usage role. I might drop him down, though. Like, them in Cleveland could be falling to Wilma's playoffs. I think this is our first lead to the playoffs. Mitchell, Conley, and Gobert, I don't think it's good enough to make a deep playoff run. Yeah, they were 1 game away from going to the semifinals last year, but I don't think that this trio is good enough to make a splash or make a run or make noise in the Western Conference playoffs, if you know what I mean. Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, and Hassan Whiteside. I think they're going to miss the playoffs. I don't think that trio is good enough to make it to the playoffs. You know what? I think I might drop these guys down. I don't know. We'll go back to those. I apologize. I'm like so stuck on those. RJ Barrett, Joyce Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, they will lead you to a deep player front. Boy, do I wish. They will miss the playoffs. Randle's been great this year. Barrett's had his good games, but boys, he had his bad games. And Mitchell Robinson's been pretty consistent this year, but not a fringe playoff team. No way. AD, LeBron, and Montrezl Harrell, they'll lead you to the playoffs. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Calm down. They will lead you to a championship. Two of those three led you to one last year. Ed and Montrezl Harrell upgrade over the third best player last year, which is either Rondo, Dwight, Kuzma, Danny Green. Yeah, I'd take care. I'd probably actually have Schroeder as the third guy in that big three. Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. Fringe playoff team. I think they're I don't think they're lead you to the playoffs. I think they're definitely a fringe playoff team. I think I'm gonna drop down the Cleveland trio as of now. Like, they were off to a good start, but I said it wasn't for real, and I don't think they're gonna be making the playoffs. But I think Charlotte is more talented than they could possibly. So I'm gonna keep them in fringe, and yeah, so that's what I like so far. We got Luka, Kristaps, and Hardaway. Ooh, this one's tough because it's like lead to the playoffs. Lead you to a deep player fun. Kristaps doesn't really stay healthy. I'll go back to that one. That one is tough. KD, LeVert, and Kyrie. When you have KD and Kyrie as your top two guys, yeah, they can lead you to a championship. So we have 5 teams in there. Next, we have Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. They made it to the conference finals last year. They were 1 game away from making it 2 years ago. I'm going to say lead you to a deep playoff run. I want to give Denver some credit here. I guess I can really only have 4 teams in each conference in these two. And right now we have what? 1, 2, 3. And then for here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense, Matt. But we're going to go with it. Next we have Sabonis, Oladipo, and Brogdon. That one's fairly easy. We get to the playoffs. I just don't think they have the star power, the firepower, just to bring you to the conference finals. We haven't really seen them win a playoff series, I don't think, in a while. So, since Paul George was there. Next up, we have Ingram, Zion, and Bledsoe. I think they're good enough to lead you to the playoffs. Yeah, no, I actually think they're a fringe playoff team. I don't have enough confidence in them making it like I do with the Pacers and the Jazz. Detroit will miss the playoffs. Jeremy Grant, hey, I'm going to eat my words. I will. I was wrong. Right now, I'm looking wrong. I said it was a little bit of an overpay for Jeremy Grant. I would have gave him not whatever he got a year, $20 million a year. I would have gave him 14, 15. And he wasn't good in the preseason or didn't look too good. And then he's been good this year. He's been more than what probably Pistons fans and Troy Weaver, expected, and NBA fans. So I was wrong on that. Shout out to Jeremy Grant. Siakam, Lowry, and Van Vliet. I think they'll lead you to the playoffs right now. I don't know. It's good enough to make the playoffs, but they've been so bad to start the year. I do have the standings up, right? Yeah, what are they? They are 2-8. I still see them making the playoffs. I really can't not see them making the playoffs. I think they will. Worst things worst, they make it as like the 9th or the 10th seed. They're in the play-in tournament. Boom. I think they could beat Charlotte. They could beat, I don't know, Atlanta. They could beat Washington. They could beat some of those teams on the fringe or on the bubble that will be in that play-in tournament. Next up, we have Harden, Wood, and John Wall. Lead you to the playoffs. I don't think they're in that deep run category. Aldridge, Murray, and DeRozan. Fringe or miss? I'll give him fringe. I'll be nice to the Spurs. Paul, Booker, and Aiden. I think the Suns are legit. Boom, lead them in the playoffs, or lead you to the playoffs. I said the Suns were going to be the 9th seed, the odd man out in the play-in tournament, and the Warriors were going to get in above them, and it's looking like they'll be a playoff team this year. So shout out to Phoenix. I'm looking wrong on that at the moment. Shea, Horford, and Dort. It's an easy one. They will miss the playoffs. Towns, Russell, and Rubio. I don't think it's good enough. I think D'Lo, I've said it. He's been overrated, and maybe now he's properly rated. But Towns is hurt. He got hurt last year as well. I don't think he's injury prone, but come on, man. And then Rubio, yeah. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I'd bet a lot of money they wouldn't. And I said in my preseason predictions, I don't see them making it at all. Lillard, McCollum, and Nurkic can lead you to the playoffs. I might up one of these Western Conference teams to the deep playoff run. Or, you know what? I'm going to stand by the Mavericks. I am. It comes down which one out of these 4. Yeah, because I don't think Utah. One of these 4 that can lead you to a deep playoff run. Maybe I should go Portland because I was higher on Portland, but I was even higher on Dallas, predicting them to be like the 2 seed this year. But then the Kristaps injury kind of hurt that. I'm going to put them... No, I'll eat my words a little bit. I'll put Portland in there. Curry, Wiggins, and Draymond. Curry's Curry, Wiggins, and Draymond. Oh, yeah, Curry, Wiggins, and Draymond. Fringe playoff team. Curry's been exceptional as of late, but I still think it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs, so they're fringe. And then Beal, Westbrook, and Bryant. I still think they'll be a fringe playoff team. I don't think they're guaranteed making it. They're started off 2-8 as well. They're 3-8, but I do have faith in them potentially making the playoffs this year. So that is my tier list of big threes with these categories for just 2021. If it was for the future, I would take some of these over the other, but that is what I came up with. It's still early in the year, and I'm still a little bit high on Toronto, even though they've been bad, and Washington. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and drop a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying these tier list videos. Like always, thank you all for watching. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.